Hello, everyone. This is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to bring you some APBA baseball card and dice. Makes everything nice. Bring it to a tabletop near you. This is APBA Basic 1981 National League Championship Series Game 2. Cardinals, the East winners, the Reds, the West winners. This is what if the strike year was not divided into two seasons? Well, you would have had the St. Louis Cardinals and the Cincinnati Reds battling for National League supremacy. First pitch is next. You have entered another dimension. Welcome to Twilight Zone Baseball. All right, let's quickly get to the starting lineups. St. Louis leads the series 1-0. They took game one here in Cincinnati, 5-2. Your winning pitcher was Larry Sorensen. Save went to Bruce Sutter. Cott had the hold. Losing pitcher Tom Seaver gave up 4 runs, though only 1 was earned. So St. Louis looking to go up 2-0 in this series. For the Cardinals, they will send Bob Forsch to the mound. Forsch is a C-grade pitcher with a Z modifier. Bob Forsch went 10-5 with a 3.18 ERA. He pitches approximately 7 innings, and he only had 1 complete game in 1981. Gary Templeton will lead off and play short, followed by Ken Oberkfell at third. Batting third, playing first base, Keith Hernandez. Cleanup hitter, center fielder, George Hendrick. Batting fifth, doing the catching, is Darrell Porter. In left field, batting sixth, Sisto Lescano. Right fielder, Tito Landrum bats seventh. Rounding off the lineup for the Cardinals, second baseman, Tommy Herr. There are no changes in the Cardinal lineup. They scored 5 runs, and they won game 1. So we are sticking with the same lineup. For the Cincinnati Reds, trying to tie the series before going back to St. Louis, Mario Soto will be on the mound, B grade, XZ modifier. Mario Soto was 12-9 with a 3.29 ERA. Soto also pitched approximately 7 innings per start, but he had 10 complete games, so they'll let him go. Leading off, center fielder Dave Collins. Right fielder Collins. Ken Griffey Sr. batting second and center. The shortstop, Davey Concepcion, bats third, plays short. Johnny Bench moves from first base behind the plate. He'll do the catching and is the cleanup hitter. Dan Dreesen gets the start at first, batting fifth. George Foster's in left, batting sixth. Ray Knight bats seventh, plays third base. Rounding out the Cincinnati Reds lineup, second baseman Ron Oster. So the Reds need a win to tie the series. They don't want to go back to St. Louis down 2-0. Mario Soto to the mound. Happy Saturday to one and all and beyond. So Mario Soto to the mound. Let's put this up here. Again, we're playing APBA Basic. We are using the radio boards. So Soto's done with his warm-up tosses. He will face Templeton, Oberkfell, Hernandez. Templeton, switch hitter, will be batting lefty. Soto has assigned from bench the pitch to Gary Templeton to start off game 2 here in Cincinnati. Cardinals lead the series 1-0, best of 5. 36 to Templeton. Not a good start for Soto. That's a walk. Speedy Templeton's at first. Templeton at first. Oberkfell, left-hand batting third baseman, strides to the batter's box. Soto keeping an eye on Templeton at first. Now looks in at bench. The pitch to Kenny Oberkfell, 54 to Oberkfell. 54 is a 32. Oberkfell swings the stick. The Reds are fielding column 2. I forgot to add it up, but they are a 40, which makes them fielding column 2. Let's do that math really quick. So you got 4, 9, 13. 4, 9, 18, 26, 30, 38, 40. Yep, I was right. They're 1 point away from fielding column 1. So they're fielding column 2. So that's fielding column 2, 54. Oberkfell is a 32, as we state once again. Oberkfell swings the stick. That ball is hit to right field. Waiting for it to come down is Collins for out number 1. Retreating back to first is Templeton. So 1 out, 1 on for Keith Hernandez. Hernandez digs in. He's a left-handed batter. Soto deals to Keith Hernandez. 1 out, 1 on. 32 to Keith Hernandez. 32 is a 26, fielding column 2. Hard to hit ball to second. Templeton going hard into second, breaks up the double play. So the Reds unable to turn 2 as Davey Concepcion is upended by his counterpart, Gary Templeton. He is out. Hernandez reaches on the fielder's choice 4 to 6. 2 outs, runner at first. Cleanup batter George Hendrick, right-hand batting center fielder for the Cardinals. Soto to Hendrick, 33. 33 is a 6. Hendrick's going to get a hit here. And Soto is a B grade on the 6. Double to center. Fast runner scores with under 2 outs, but there's 2 outs. So Keith Hernandez is going to score all the way from first. A clutch hit by George Hendrick. The moans and groans have started here early in Cincinnati by the Reds fans. The Cardinals lead 1-0. Hernandez scores all the way from first. 1-0 Cardinals. Hendrick at second. 2 outs for the catcher, Darryl Porter. The pitch to Porter from Soto. Double ones. That's a 4. They're hitting Soto hard here in this first inning. Well hit to center field. Unbelievable. Porter is going to have another triple in this series. Griffey got burned. 2-0 Cardinals. That is the 3rd triple for Darryl Porter in 2 games. He's having a series, folks. And let's just make sure I'm correct there. Yep, he had back-to-back triples after a walk. He went 2 for 2, was on base 4 times, and was the MVP of Game 1. Well, he's trying to get that MVP already for Game 2. 2-0 Cardinals, 2 outs. Porter 90 feet away from the 3rd St. Louis run. Sisto Lescano to the right-hander's batter's box. Bench goes out to have a word with a very angry Mario Soto. The pitch homeward bound to Lescano. It's a 45. Soto trying to end the inning here Not a good start for the Reds. 45 is a 14. That is not a bueno. That's most likely a walk. Let's go to the runner at third, 14. They pitch carefully to Lezcano, it looks like. Free pass. A very bad inning for Soto continues. The number 7 batter, right-hand batting, right fielder, Tito Landrum. 2-0 Cardinals. Soto deals to Landrum. We have a first and third situation. That's a 31. 31 to Tito Landrum is a 9. Oh, boy. 9 on a B grade. Broken bat single to left. Another run scores. With 2 outs, it's first and third, and there are 2 outs. So going first to third is the speedy Tito Landrum. Is Lezcano. Landrum gets sawed off, but he knocks in the run. That's a third run for the Cardinals in the top of the first. Porter scores from third. Soto is in all kinds of trouble here. Not a good start for the Cincinnati Reds. 3-0. Here's Tommy Herr, the number 8 batter. Still first and third. The pitch to Herr, 52. Soto and the Reds need to get out of this mess and regroup. 52 is a 27 with first and third, 27. That should end the inning. Wide pitcher gets a strikeout. He is not a wide pitcher, so it's a hard hit ball to third. Knight has it, throws to Dreesen. Finally, the side is retired. Or is that only 2 outs? That might only be 2 outs, folks. We have an out in the fielder's choice. That's only 2 outs. That's my faux pas. So there's 2 outs still, first and third. Bob Forsch will hit in the inning. Let's quickly go through this. Walk, out on the fielder's choice, double, triple, walk, single. Yep, only 2 outs. I counted my chickens before they hatched. Here's Bob Forsch. First and third. Let's make sure a run didn't score there. Second and third, actually, as the play was to first. So we have second and third, 2 outs. Bob Forsch trying to add to the Cardinals' lead. Soto to Forsch, 54 is a 32. Fly ball to right. Waiting for it is Collins. The inning is mercifully over if you're a Reds fan. The St. Louis Cardinals send 9 batters to the plate. They plate 3 runs. We go to the bottom of the first. Cardinals 3, Reds coming up. So Forsch goes from the batter's box to the mound. Not a good inning for Mario Soto. Not the way the Reds wanted to start this baseball game. They're down 3-0. They'll look to chip away here in the bottom of the first with Collins, Griffey, Concepcion. If anyone gets on, Johnny Bench, who's doing the catching today. Dave Collins, switch hitter, batting lefty. Forsch is a right-handed hurler, C-grade pitcher. Forsch done with his warm-up tosses. He's ready to work. The pitch to Collins, 36 to Dave Collins, is a 33. Fielding column 1. That's going to be a deep fly ball to center. Hendrick is there. He makes the catch. Collins is retired. 1 out. Bottom of the first, 3-0 Cardinals. Red center fielder Ken Griffey Sr. steps to the plate. Force rocks and deals to Griffey. 56. 56 is a 34. Griffey pops it up. Sky high. Shortstop Templeton waiting for it. He makes the catch. 2 away. That will bring up the shortstop, right-hand batting, Davey Concepcion. Johnny Bench on deck. 3-0 Cardinals. Game 2 of the National League Championship Series 1981 What If. Cardinals lead the series thanks to their 5-2 victory in Game 1. Pitch homeward bound to Davey Concepcion, 56, 34. He gets jammed also. Popped up. Left side. Rinse and repeat. Waiting for it to come down is Templeton. 1, 2, 3. Go, the Cincinnati Reds. We're through 1 here in Cincinnati. No joy in Cincinnati so far. 3-0 Cardinals. So Soto has given up 3 runs. He's on the verge of possibly having a grade reduction. That's 5 runs, a total of 5 runs in 3 consecutive innings, and we're just going to quickly double-check that. 5 earned runs in any 3 innings or fewer consecutive. Okay. Soto needs to put up a goose egg here. He'll face the top of the order once again. Templeton, Oberkfell, and Hernandez. He's looking for better results here. Templeton walked his first time up. The pitch to Templeton. $33 to Templeton. That's a reroll on the D column. 13, 6. It's a double to left center field. Stand-up double for the speedy Gary Templeton. Reds get their bullpen up. So Templeton at second. Wait a second. There were 3 outs here. 1, 2. That would have been 3. Because there's a fielder's choice here. I just forgot to mark out. Shoot. All right, so what we're going to do is Force flies out. We can easily fix that because no runs scored, thank God. I knew that wasn't right. That's the miracle of white out here, folks. All right, so Force leads off the inning. He flies out. Templeton doubles with 1 out. What happened was I forgot to mark it out here. So there was a runner at first. There's a fly out. Then there's a fielder's choice. Templeton's out. 2 outs. Then you get double, triple. Because I remember going Hendrick with a 2-out hit. And then when I looked up, I'm counting outs, and I only had 1. Then you had the walk, single, another run, makes it 3-0. Her grounds out. That should have ended the inning. We'll say Force flies out to lead off things here in the second, followed by the Templeton double. That's easy enough to do. And it works. So Templeton at second after Force flies out. 1 out. Make sure we count the outs, Al. I kept looking at that going, that's not right. Here's the pitch to Kenny Oberkfell. 63 to Oberkfell. 63 is a 31 with a runner at second. That most likely is an out. Runner at second. Fielding column 2. So we had a 63, there's a 31. Fielding column 2. It's a fly out to center. Holding at second is Templeton. 2 down. Oberkfell is now 0 for 2 flyouts. Templeton will be off on contact. Keith Hernandez reached on a fielder's choice with score on the Hendrick double with 2 outs. Soto rocks and deals to Hernandez, 52 to Keith Hernandez. 52 is a 27. Hernandez, ground ball to third. Knight has it, throws to Dreesen. The side is retired. Hernandez out 5-3. He's 0 for 2. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 Cardinals. So Soto gives up the 1-out double, but gets the next 2 batters. Reds need to get their bats going. For Cincinnati, it'll be Johnny Bench, Dan Dreesen, George Foster to face Bob Forsch. The pitch to Johnny Bench, righty-righty matchup. 62 to Johnny Bench, base is empty. 62 is a 30. Bench will swing the bat on the 30, fielding column 1. That is a fly ball to left center field, racing over, reaching out to make the catch. The excellent fielding, Sisto Lescano. Bench is retired, 1 out. John, DFW, how are you? Good morning to you, my friend. Dan Dreesen steps to the plate. Dreesen gets the start here in game 2. Forced to the left-hand batting. Dreesen, it's a double 1. C-grade pitcher. And that is a 6. That's going to be a double to the right center field alley. 1 hops the wall. Dreesen with a stand-up double with 1 out. Reds need to get some runs here. So Dreesen stands at second. Excellent base running ability. George Foster steps to the plate. Foster could pull the Reds to within 1 if he takes it out of the ballpark here in Cincinnati. Forsch is ready. Homeward bound pitch to Foster. 22 is a 6. C-grade's not going to stop that. Runner at second. I think the Reds are going to score here. Another double to right center field. Back-to-back doubles to right center field. Except Foster's hits the wall in the air. Dreesen easily scores, obviously, and it's 3-1. Reds chop the Cardinals lead to 2. Ray Knight trying to chop it even more. Force tries to regroup. Foster at second. He rocks and deals to Ray Knight. 66. Reroll. Here come the Reds. D column 35 is a 6. 3 doubles in a row. This one to left center field. Foster scores. It's 3-2. Doubles gone wild. The Cincinnati Reds fans going wild. Forsch on the ropes. Ron Oster steps to the plate. 3-2. Bottom of the second. It's a slow pitch softball game here in Cincinnati. Forsch to Oster. 1 out. 56. 56 is a 34. Fielding column 1. It's a pop-up. Right side. Herr waits for it. He squeezes it. 2 down. Tying run. The slow-footed Ray Knight at third. And Mario Soto to the plate. Soto can tie up this game. The pitcher who gave up 3 runs when he faced not 9 batters, 8 batters. We corrected that, and we're just lucky Forsch didn't get a hit. So how we corrected it, because what happened was I didn't mark an out, if you just joined us. I didn't mark an out on this fielder's choice. And I'm going down, and I'm like, hey, there should be 3 outs. And I'm like, I only see 2 outs, even though I did say Hendrick got a clutch 2-out hit. I'm like, well, okay, maybe I made a mistake in my mind that I said 2 outs. And Forsch flies out to right. So what we did was we made Forsch fly out to right in the top of the second, double out. That's how we solved that problem. The pitch to Soto, 31. Swing and a miss. Oh, he tried to hit it out of the ballpark doing his best Babe Ruth imitation, but he hits nothing but air. The Reds do score 2 in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. It's a one-run ball game. The St. Louis Cardinals 3, the Cincinnati Reds 2. This is Game 2 of the National League Championship Series 1981. What if? Cardinals lead the series 1-0 thanks to a 5-2 victory over Tom Seaver and the Reds in Game 1, though Seaver only gave up 1 earned run. So Soto strikes out, and he will go to the mound trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. Soto to face Hendrick, who doubled in a run in the first, Porter, who tripled in a run in the first, and Lezcano, who walked. The pitch to George Hendrick to start off the top of the third. It's a 24. 24 is a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Soto just rears back and blows the high heat by Hendrick, who's trying to get a little more than a double with that swing. 1 out, base is empty. Top of the third, 3-2 Cardinals. Cardinal catcher Darrell Porter to the left-hander's batter's box. The pitch to Porter from Mario Soto. It is a 16. A 16's a 28. Grounder to short. Up with it is Concepcion. Smooth throw to Dreesen. 2 down. Soto looking for his second goose egg after giving up 3 runs in the top of the first. Base is empty. 2 outs for Sisto Lezcano. Soto to Lezcano. I like to buy a vowel, please. That's a 61. 61 is a 24. Fielding column 2. Ground ball to short. Rinse and repeat. They're playing Pepper with Concepcion. He loves it. Throws to first. The side is retired. A strikeout, 2 ground outs to Concepcion. We go to the bottom of the third. Cardinals 3, Reds 2. Is the momentum of the game changing, though? So Soto has really settled in after a horrific first inning. Forsch to the mound, now only nursing a 1-run lead. Gave up 2 in the bottom of the second. He'll face the top of the Reds order. Collins, Griffey, Concepcion. If anyone gets on, Johnny Bench. The pitch to Dave Collins, 0 for 1. He was a flyout victim. That's a 56 to Collins. 56 a 13. Strike 3 looking. Forsch paints the outside corner. Excellent job of framing it by Darrell Porter. 1 down. That will bring up the left-hand batting center fielder for the Reds, Ken Griffey Sr. The windup and the pitch to Griffey, 23 from Forsch. 23 is a 26. Griffey swings the stick, fielding column 1. Hard hit ball to second. To Hernandez, 2 away. 2 down. For Davey Concepcion, who popped out to his counterpart, Templeton, at short. Forsch has the sign from Porter. The pitch to Concepcion, 65. 65 is a 35. Fielding column 1. It's a jam job. Popped up in front of the plate. Porter tosses the mask to his left, waits for it to come down, squeezes it. Concepcion is out with a second pop out, this time to the catcher. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. Forsch protects the 1-run lead. We go to the top of the fourth. The Cardinals 3, the Reds 2. Due up for the Cardinals in the top of the fourth. Bottom third of their order, Landrum, Bob Forsch. Mario Soto trying to keep it a 1-run deficit for the Reds. Soto with his warm-up tosses. Alan Shaw's joined us. He says, hi, Al. How are things? Things are okay. Thank you very much. Hope all is well with you, Alan. And he says, go Cards. Landrum singled in a run in the first. Soto to Tito. 13 to Landrum. Base is empty. 13. That is a walk. That's a 14. So the speedy Landrum at first. For Tommy Herr, Forsch on deck. Herr grounded out to third to end the first. Looking for the double play ball off the bat of Herr, though it's going to be tough. You have a speedy runner at first and a speedy runner in Herr at the plate. The pitch to Tommy Herr. No outs, runner at first. That's a 26. 26 is a 30. Fielding column 2. Fly ball. Can to corn to left. Foster makes the catch. Retreating back to first is Landrum. Tommy Herr is 0 for 2. That will bring up the pitcher Bob Forsch, who flew out to right. One out, one on. The pitch to Forsch. Soto deals his counterpart a 53. That's a swing and a miss. Forsch overpowered by the angry Mario Soto. 2 outs. Landrum will be off on contact. Top of the order. Gary Templeton's 1 for 1. He has walked. Also doubled. Templeton looking to find a gap that most likely would score Tito Landrum. 3-2 Cardinals. Soto and the Reds trying to keep it that way. For now, the pitch to Templeton, 52 to Gary Templeton. 52 is a 27. Templeton strikes out looking. Soto paints the inside corner. Templeton barks at the umpire. The X gives him the strikeout. It would have been a ground out instead, but Templeton K's. Soto has now struck out 3. He's really settled in nicely since that 3 runs, 8 batters faced in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Cardinals. Oh. Bob Forsch back up on the bump for the Birds. Forsch will face Johnny Bench, Dan Dreesen, George Foster. Reds trail by 1. Game 2 of the National League Championship Series. What if 1981? If the season wasn't split into 2 seasons, it would have been the Cardinals and the Reds in the National League. The winner faces the Oakland A's, who defeated the Milwaukee Brewers in our What If American League Championship Series. 3-2. So they're in the World Series already. Cards lead 1-0 thanks to their 5-2 victory in Game 1. Johnny Bench 0 for 1. He flew out to left. The pitch to Johnny Bench. 21 to Johnny. A 21 is a 30. Base is empty. So Bench will send this ball deep to left center field. Once again, Sisto Lescano makes a magnificent running catch. As he taps the wall, Bench is robbed once again by Sisto Lescano. 1 out. Dan Dreesen doubled and scored on the Foster double, who's on deck. So Dreesen's 1 for 1. Forsch, the righty, to Dreesen, the lefty. We have a 22. How do you do? It's an 8. C grade. I don't think the C grade is going to take away the 8. It does not. It's a chopper up the middle for a single. Dan Dreesen paying dividends right away. He did not start in Game 1. The Reds struggled to score 2 runs. We put Bench at first, Nolan behind the plate. Well, we switched that up after that. Dreesen did get in the game, He did what he pinch ran and then stayed into play first, but did not get an at-bat. So Dreesen's at first with one out. He represents the tying run. He has very good speed on the base paths. George Foster is 1 for 1. He's doubled in a run. Foster trying to tie it or put the Reds ahead. Force to Foster as we have to switch the cards and the chart. And again, we're using these radio boards from a 1996 set I bought on eBay because I like the radio boards. I do have the modern book also, but I like the radio boards. 33 to Foster. That's a 5. This game's going to be tied. C-grade pitcher, 33, 5. That ball is that is going to be more than tied. It is gone. George Foster. The ball just kept carrying to right center field. Hendrick and Landrum were on the move, but they finally look up and wave bye-bye to the ball, and they're not happy about that. So Foster with a 33 is a 5. Run around first, C-grade pitcher, 5. That is gone to right center field. The Reds take the lead 4-3 on the 2-run bippity-boppity boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball. George Foster takes them all. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. Reds fans rejoice with joy and jocularity. It is 4-2 Cincinnati. A 2-run blast by Foster. Dreesen scores ahead of him. Greets him at the plate. Along with Ray Knight, who is on the on-deck circle, who is in the on-deck circle. And now it is 4-3 Reds. So the change in the lineup has worked. Dreesen, 2 for 2, 2 runs scored. Foster, 2 for 2 with 3 ribbies. Knight to the plate, still only 1 out. Force in a world of hurt here. Reds have their bullpen up. The pitch to Ray Knight, base is empty. 54 to Ray Knight. 54 is a 32. I know that's an out. I believe it's a fly out. 32 fielding column 1. That ball is driven deep to right center field. Knight makes a bid. I could be wrong here. It's Landrum laying out and making the catch. What a diving catch by Tito Landrum, robbing Ray Knight of extra bases. 2 away. Base is empty for the second baseman, Ron Oster, who popped out to his counterpart, Tommy Herr. Force to Oster, 24. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Force records his 3rd strikeout, but gives up a single, then a 2-run homer to George Foster. The Reds take the lead in the bottom of the 4th, 4-3. We go to the top of the 5th, due up for the Cardinals, trailing by 1 now. Oberkfell, Hernandez, and Hendrick. So Force has given up 4 runs, but he's not in danger of losing his grade because even if he gives up, well, unless he gives up 3 runs in the 5th, because they have to be consecutive innings and earned, and those are all earned. Wow. So Soto, after a miserable first inning, has put up 3 goose eggs, needs to continue that. The Reds take a 1-run lead, top of the 5th. Soto's done with his warm-up tosses. Here's Kenny Oberkfell. Oberkfell's 0 for 2. The pitch to Kenny from Mario Soto, 22. 22's a 7, B grade. Single to right. That ball bounced past the dive of Ron Oster. So Oberkfell is on. The Cardinals looking to come right back. No outs. Oberkfell at first. He is a fast runner. Keith Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez 0 for 2. He did reach on a fielder's choice and scored on the Hendrick double with 2 outs. Cardinals trying to come right back against Mario Soto and the Reds. Soto to Hernandez, 43. 43 is a 29. Runner at first. Y pitcher gets a strikeout. He's an X pitcher. That is a hard hit ball to Soto. He immediately pivots, throws to the shortstop. Concepcion, they get the force out on Oberkfell. So Hernandez reaches once again on a fielder's choice, and let's make sure we mark out. So that's a fielder's choice 1-6. 1 out. Hernandez at first. Hendrick to the plate, 1 for 2. He's doubled in a run, struck out. 4-3 Reds. Soto deals to George Hendrick, 42 to Hendrick. 42 is a 14. Z pitcher gets ball 1. Soto's a Z pitcher, so it's a 1-0. We do it again. Pitch homeward bound again to Hendrick. 33 on the 1-0. That's a 6. Holy cow. We have a slow pitch softball game here in Cincinnati. So that's a 6 on a B grade. Double to center field, off the wall, fast runner. Oh, Hernandez is a normal runner, so he'll be held at third. Had it been Oberkfell, he would have scored. So Hernandez, they put the brakes on him. Hendrick has his second double of the game. Second and third, 1 out. Cardinals threaten to tie and take the lead. The number 5 batter, the hot Darrell Porter to the plate. Porter was the MVP in game 1. He was 2 for 2, 2 triples, 3 ribbies. Was it 3 ribbies? Yes, it was. And he scored a run. He also has tripled today and knocked in a run. So we have second and third, 1 out. Infield will play for the out as we use the second and third chart. Soto needs a strikeout. Porter has been a thorn in the side of Reds pitching. The pitch to Darrell Porter is a 42. 42 is a 14. And that is a walk. The bases are juiced. Soto and Johnny Bench wanted that 3-2 call for the strikeout, but Porter walks. Free pass to first. Porter at first. Hendrick at second. Hernandez at first. 1 out. For Sisto Lescano, who singled in a run and walked. Actually, I'm sorry, he's walked and grounded out. It's Landrum who singled and walked. Big moment here for Soto and the Reds. Johnny Bench to the mound along with Concepcion. Andreessen. Pitching coach comes out. The conference is done. Soto knows what he needs to do. He needs a couple of strikeouts here. We have the bases juiced. 1 out. No place to put Lescano. Soto takes a deep, angry breath. The pitch to Lescano. 65 is a 35. They're playing for the out. They're going to give up the run. 35. Strike 3 looking. Had he been a wild pitcher, it would have been a walk, but it's strike 3 looking. Lescano not happy with the home plate ump. Holy cow. Whitey Herzog going insane in the dugout. They thought they had just tied this game with a bases loaded walk. Soto barks at Lescano, basically telling him to get his ass back to the bench. There's a lot of anger out there with Mario Soto. Soto has now struck out 4. What a huge strikeout. Infield, again, stays in normal depth. Tito Landrum to the plate. 1-for-1 with a walk. He's singled in a run. 4-3. Cincinnati. Big moment here for Tito Landrum and the Cardinals. Soto to Tito. It's a 12. It's a 25. It's a hard hit ball. Up the middle. Soto knocks it down. Throws to first. The side is retired. Mario Soto pitches out of that mess with just pure determination and a lot of anger. The Cardinals load them up in the top of the fifth, but fail to score. That probably will come back to haunt them. We go to the bottom of the fifth, Cincinnati 4, the Cardinals 3. Wow. So again, after a horrible first inning for Soto, he has pitched 4 shutout innings. If he pitches a shutout inning in the sixth, Soto's B grade will go to an A grade. Bob Forsch has given up 2 in the second, 2 in the fourth. The 2 in the fourth off the bat of George Foster. That 2-run blast gave the Reds a 4-3 lead, and that's how we stand as we start the bottom of the fifth. Forsch finishing up his warm-up tosses. Forsch will face Soto. Then the top of the order, Collins and Griffey. Let's take a quick look at something. Okay. Mario Soto, 0-for-1 with a strikeout. Forced to Soto, 16, bases empty, 16's a 28. Soto will make contact. Grounder to short. Diving stop. It took a weird hop on Templeton. He pops up, throws a strike to Hernandez. Soto is just pissed off. 1 down. What a play by Templeton. It took a weird hop away from him. Great cat-like reaction by Gary Templeton, the shortstop for the Cardinals. Top of the order, Dave Collins. Collins is 0-for-2, a flyout, a strikeout, a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker. Forsch rocks and deals to Collins. Switch hitting right fielder, batting lefty. For the Reds, we have a 65 to Collins. 65 is a 35. Fielding column 1. Oh, he was fooled on the breaking pitch. He pops it up to the left of the catcher, Darryl Porter, who throws his mask to the right, waits for it to come down, squeezes it for out number 2. Dave Collins is 0-for-3. 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the fifth, 4-3 Reds, Game 2 of the National League Championship Series, What If 1981. Cardinals lead the series 1-0. Alan Shaw says, can these 80s commentators use language like pissed off? Yes, we can. Griffey's 0-for-2. Forsch looking to make him 0-for-3. The pitch to Ken Griffey Sr., it's a 25. 25 is an 8 against a C grade pitcher. That's a single up the middle. Inning stays alive. The speedy Ken Griffey at first. That will send to the plate the catcher, the aging veteran, Johnny Bench of the baseball bunch. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, Davey Concepcion. Then Johnny Bench. Concepcion is popped to short, popped to second. He looks to pop one out of the ballpark. Forsch looks to first. Now into Porter. The pitch to Davey Concepcion, 54. 54 is a 32. That ball is skied to right field. Landrum comes in a few steps, waits, makes the catch. Concepcion is now 0 for 3. The side is retired. The 2-out single doesn't hurt. We go to the top of the 6th. Cincinnati Reds 4, St. Louis Cardinals 3. Game 2 of the National League Championship Series 1981. What if? Cardinals lead the series 1-0 with a 5-2 victory in Game 1. So Soto has settled in quite nicely and angrily on the mound after giving up 3 runs, facing 8 batters in the first. He will face Force, depending on what Her does, then Templeton. ID Gesture has come by. How you doing? I'm not using the APBA shaker because the dice get stuck in the APBA shaker and it drives me nuts. So I'm not using the APBA shaker. Plus, I like to shake the dice. It makes me feel happy. Christopher Slovak, how you doing? Hope all is well. To our good friend Christopher Slovak, check out and subscribe to that channel as well as IDJ. I don't know why I keep moving the playing field. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I am. I apologize. So I like to say hello to Christopher Slovak, ID Gesture, Alan Sean, John DFW for joining us in the press booth, a.k.a. the chat. And the reason why I'm not using the dice shaker to answer IDJ's question, that's ID Gesture if you don't know, friend of the community, friend to one and all. The dice get stuck in there, and it drives me nuts. So I'm using my hands. That didn't come out right, but I am. Her, Force, top of the order. Soto to Tommy Her, 0 for 2. As we start off the top of the 6th, Cardinals trail by 1. It's a 35 to Tommy Her. 35 to Tommy Her is a 14. That is a walk, not the way Soto wants to start the inning. Now Force will bunt. So Bob Force will bunt. Speedy Her is at first. Let's get so we're going to use the chart that's the booklet. Soto, he's going to come in high and tight to Bob Force. It's a 56. There's a 34. Let's see if we screw up another bunt. Bunted right to third. They get the Force out at second. Force is safe at first. Unbelievable. I think we've been successful in bunt attempts 10% of the time when we've played this game. So a horrible bunt by Bob Force. I mean, Soto threw that fastball in there. Force, to his credit, did make contact on the bunt, but a charging Ray Knight is able to throw to first, to throw to second, to get the Force out of the speedy Tommy Her. So let's make sure we mark the out there, and it's a fielder's choice on the failed sack, 5-4. So Force is at first. He's actually a fast runner. We're just going to move him off of there. I should have moved Her there. Okay. Top of the order, 1 out, 1 on. Templeton to the plate. Gary Templeton is 1 for 2. He's walked, doubled, and struck out. Soto to Templeton. Runner at first, 65. 65 is a 35. Templeton is going to pop out to the catcher, Johnny Bench. I mean, Soto really coming in hard with another jam job. 2 away. Force, who has speed at first, will be off on contact. Here's Kenny Oberkfell. Oberkfell 1 for 3. His last at-bat, he singled. Prior to that, 2 flyouts. Soto prepared to do battle with the left-hand batting third baseman of the Cardinals, Kenny Oberkfell. The man they call Obi. Is he going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi? Soto acting as the Sith Lord on the mound. The pitch to Oberkfell. Oh, it's a leaner. It's going to be a total re-roll. Foul ball. 25. So the Sith Lord, that looked like it was going to be double ones, but it leaned. And now the Sith Lord, Mario Soto, uses his powers for a 25. Is it for good or is it for evil? It is an 8. With a runner at first, I believe the B grade will take away the hit. It's top to the mound. Another jam job by Soto. Soto barehands it, spits in the direction of Oberkfell, throws a zinger to Dreesen. The side is retired. Mario Soto is in the zone. And I'm not talking about the auto zone. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Mario Soto, after giving up 3 runs in the first, has thrown 5 shutout innings, which means, what does that mean? Tell them, Don Pardo. Mario Soto goes from a B to an A. So Soto has regrouped quite nicely. Reds take the 4-3 lead to the bottom of the 6th. Forsch will be on the bump to try to get him through the 6th. Then they'll go to the pen. Soto just screaming at that Cardinal dugout profanities that I cannot mention. Something doing with a donkey. No, I like to roll the dice this way. I really don't like the shaker. It was fun when I first got the game, but I don't like the shaker. Nor am I a baker or candlestick maker or butcher. So here's Johnny Bench. Reds lead 4-3. Bench is 0 for 2. 2 flyouts to left center field. 2 rob jobs by Tito Landrum. Forsch to Bench. 34, base is empty. Switch the chart. 34 to Johnny Bench is a 31. Fielding column 1. That ball's driven to center. Going back is Hendrick. At the wall, he makes the catch. Johnny Bench, 3 flyouts, 0 for 3. 1 down. Bottom of the 6th, Dan Dreesen inserted into the starting lineup after the Reds struggled to score only 2 runs in game 1 when we had Bench at first, Nolan behind the plate because they both hit over 300. Is 2 for 2. He scored 2 runs. He's doubled and singled. He needs a triple and a homer for the cycle. Forsch kicks and deals to the left-hand batting Dan the Cobra Dreesen. That's a 13. A 13 is a walk. Dreesen reaches base once again. The speedy Dreesen at first, 1 out. George Foster, 2 for 2. 3 ribbies, a double and a 2-run homer. The 2-run homer in the 4th gave the Reds a 4-3 lead. That's how we stand. Well, Foster wants to change it again. Forsch is on thin ice. Porter has a quick word with Forsch, now back behind the plate. He wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Pitch homeward bound to George Foster. 51. 51's an 8. Foster's going to do it again. Single to center. Going first to third because he's not a slow runner is Dan Dreesen. Had he been a slow runner, he would have been thrown out. But the throw is not in time. Dreesen slides in safely. Foster is a triple away from the cycle. He is 3 for 3, first and third. Reds threatening to score again, and that's going to be it for Mr. Bobby Forsch. Ray Knight coming to the plate. And the only option, they're going to go with the lefty Cott because their bullpen stinks. Though, wait a second. We're going to go to Doug Bear. Because he's a righty, and he'll be an A grade in the righty-righty matchup here for the first batter he faces. So Doug Bear, not the Bears, but Doug Bear will come in from the pen. And he'll be an A grade just for the first batter he faces because it's a righty-righty matchup. So let's do a little accounting here. Bob Forsch can't get through the sixth. Forsch pitches. We have first and third. Forsch pitched 5 1/3 innings. And so far, he's given up 4 earned runs, but he's responsible for the runners on base, so it could be more. Forsch struck out 3, and he gave up a homer to Foster. Doug Bear is coming in, and we will go with the blue color. Bear is a righty. I think Doug Bear pitched for the Royals also. He's a D grade with a Y for strikeouts and a Z for control. So that's not bad. The D grade sucks. But because it's a righty-righty matchup and he's coming in the middle of an inning, I believe he is an A pitcher for the one batter. At least that's the way we're playing it. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. I'm pretty sure I read that. Well, that's the way we've been playing it. And that's the way we're going to play it. Then he reverts immediately to the D grade. So here's Doug Bear. Bob Forsch's day is done. He can only lose it. He can't win it. Might get a no decision. That's the best he can hope for. Cardinals, worst case scenario, they get their split in Cincinnati. But they want 2. They're in this game still. So Doug Bear. So Bear. 6th inning. 1 out. First and third. Bear has a word with Porter. Now he's ready to do battle with Ray Knight. Knight trying to extend the Reds' lead. Reds up by 1. Dreesen at third. Foster at first. They will play for the double play. Bear to Ray Knight, 36. 36 of 33. And you know what? If you can't get the double play, a weak pop-up to the second baseman as the A grade doesn't even come into play. Towards the line in foul territory, Tommy Herr makes the catch, 2 down. Ron Oster's 0 for 2. Oster's a switch hitter, and that's it for Doug Bear. He gets his third. Gives up no runs. So Doug Bear is gone. Now we're going to Jim Cott. Where's our Jimmy Cott? Cott is a B grade. He'll stay a B grade because Oster's a switch hitter. And he has a Z modifier for control. He's a lefty. KAAT. And oh wow. With him on the mound, I didn't even check to see Bear, Bear was a 2. Okay, so the fielding. But now Cott's a 1, so that's going to bring them to a fielding column 2. So fielding column 2 now. 2 outs, first and third. It's Cott versus Oster, excuse me. This is a big moment here. Reds trying to extend that 1-run lead. Cott and the Cardinals trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. The pitch to Ron Oster, 54 to Ron Oster. 54 is a 32. High fly ball to right. That's going to end the inning. Squeezing it for the Cardinals is Tito Landrum. The bullpen does its job. We go to the top of the 7th, still 4-3 Cincinnati Reds. That was a squander for the Reds. Will it come back to haunt them? Will they regret that? The book is closed on Forsch. 4 runs, they were all earned. So Soto's an A grade. He's going to stay in the game. The Reds have the lead, and he did have 10 complete games in 81 per Baseball Reference. So Soto's going to stay in the game. He's angry, and he's sizzling, and he's getting outs. They might not be pretty innings, but he's getting outs. Soto to face Hernandez, Hendrick, and Porter. The pitch to Keith Hernandez, who is 0 for 3 from Mario Soto. 23 to Keith Hernandez. Base is empty. 23 to Hernandez is a 32. Hernandez swings the stick. That is a fly ball to right center. Tracking it down, making the catch is Collins. Hernandez 0 for 4. Soto records the first out here in the top of the 7th. George Hendrick, 2 for 3, 2 doubles, a run scored, a ribby, and a strikeout. Soto has the sign from bench. The pitch to George Hendrick, 65 to George Hendrick. 65 is a 35. That's going to be a pop-out to Porter, the catcher. 2 down. Soto, the angrier he gets, the better he pitches. Darrell Porter comes to the plate. Soto glares at Porter, the left-hand batting catcher, who tripled in the first inning off Soto. Soto gave up 3 runs in the first. He faced 8 batters. Porter walked. A questionable call in his last at-bat. Soto glares at Porter. 2 outs, base is empty. The violent windup and the pitch to Darrell Porter. 36 to Darrell Porter. 36 is a 33. Porter is jammed. It is popped up. Second baseman Tommy Ron Oster calling for it. The side is retired. Soto screaming at the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 4-3 Reds. Mario Soto really coming back nicely. Since 3 runs in the first inning, he's pitched 6 shutout innings, but can't go past an A. At least I believe that is what it is. Let's just double check that. If a pitcher allows no earned runs in 5 consecutive innings, increases grade by 1 letter. If he has allowed no runs in 6 consecutive innings, increased by another letter. A pitcher can advance a maximum of 2 grades this way, but not beyond an A. So he stays an A. Bottom of the 7th. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root for your favorite team. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. So Porter is out. Lascano will lead off the 8th. Soto will stay in and face Cott, who came in relief of Doug Bear, who came in relief of Bob Forsch. Reds clinging to a 1-run lead, but Cincinnati fans would rather be up 1 than down 1. They are down 1 in the series, and they don't want to be down 2 heading back to St. Louis. Cott to Soto, who's 0 for 2, a strikeout, a groundout. That is a 32 to Mario Soto, a 32 to Mario. He will make contact on the 26. Ground ball to second. To Hernandez, 1 down. Soto's 0 for 3. Top of the order, Dave Collins, 0 for 3, including a strikeout. Switch hitting Collins will bat righty. Caught the slow delivery to Collins, 34 to Collins. 34 is a 31. That's a fly out to center field. George Hendrick makes the catch. 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. For the Red center fielder, Ken Griffey Sr. Griffey's 1 for 3. Singled in his last at-bat. Cott has the sign from Porter. The delivery to Ken Griffey Sr. 22 to Ken Griffey Sr. 22 is a 7 B-grade pitcher. Single to right. Griffey pulls the inside pitch from Cott. Last 2 at-bats, 2 singles. Griffey's now 2 for 4. He's a speedy runner at first. Two outs for Davey Concepcion. Concepcion 0 for 3. Cott looking to make Concepcion 0 for 4. Porter goes through the signs. The veteran Cott nods his head. The pitch to the Red shortstop, right-hand batting Davey Concepcion. 44 for Davey Concepcion is a 7. Single to right center field. The throw to third, not in time. Griffey is at third. Concepcion, the fast runner, advances to second on the throw. Here come the Reds, trying to increase their 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. Second and third, caught in a pickle. Johnny Bench 0 for 3, 3 deep flyouts. So we have we have second and third. Concepcion took second on the throw to third because he's a fast runner. So we use a second and third chart. Johnny Bench trying to break out of his slump. 2 outs, second and third. The pitch to Bench, 45 to Johnny. 45 is a walk. Well, let's see if it's a walk. Second and third. It is a walk. Cott just misses. Bench reaches on the free pass. So Bench at first, Concepcion at second, Griffey at third. They're going to stick with Cott. Not going to go to Bruce Sutter here. They have a 1-0 lead in games. Dan Dreesen, lefty-lefty matchup. Dreesen, 2 for 2. Been on base 3 times. He's also walked. He's doubled, singled, and scored 2. Can he knock something in? 2 outs, no place to put Dreesen. The pitch homeward bound from Cott to Dreesen, 66. It is gone! Dan Dreesen has just launched one out of the ballpark. Dead center field. Bippity boppity boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball, and Dan Dreesen hits a grand salami. It is now 8-3, thanks to the Dan Dreesen to the moon, Alice, to the moon. Cott hangs his head in shame, scoring ahead of Dreesen, Griffey, Concepcion, and bench. Wow, inserting Dan Dreesen into the lineup was the right thing to do. As we try to get both Nolan and bench in the lineup yesterday's game, or game one, that won't happen again. They struggled to score 2. They have scored 8 runs now. Just alone in the bottom of the 7th, they've doubled up the number of runs they scored in the prior 6 innings. So we have an 8-3 game. George Foster coming to the plate. Foster a triple away from the cycle. Cott's day is done. Well, let's see if we can get Foster. I think they would relieve Cott in reality, but let's see if we don't make another pitching change. The pitch to Foster, 8-4. The fans here in Cincinnati are rocking and rolling. It's a 64 to Foster. 64 is a 12. I don't think you get him on a 12. 12. Base is empty. Maybe he does. Yeah, that's a hard hit ball to first. Snared by Hernandez. He takes it to the bag himself. The side is retired. Foster's finally retired. But with 2 outs, the wheels on the Cott bus came off. Single by Griffey. Single by Concepcion. Walk to bench. Grand slam by Dreesen. All the runs charged to Cott, obviously. All earned. We go to the top of the 8th. Cincinnati looking to come back and tie this series at 1, and things are looking good. The Reds 8, the Cardinals 3. Mario Soto to the mound. Soto screaming explicitives as he goes to the mound towards the Cardinal dugout. I think Soto's really charged up this team. He's an emotional man, Mario. Soto, I heard, is suing Nintendo for use of his name. I like that one. All right, here's Sisto Lescano. Soto to Lescano. As Soto releases the ball, he F-bombed Lescano. That's a 26 to Lescano. 26 is a 24. Grounder to short. Concepcion's up with it. He throws to Dreesen. Lescano is retired. 0 for 3 with a walk. Soto pounds his chest. 1 down. Tito Landrum coming up. Soto points at Landrum, screaming, "You are next." The pitch, Soto to Tito. 46 to Tito Landrum. 46 is a 32. Fly ball to right. Collins makes the catch. 2 away. Soto spits at Tito Landrum. 2 outs, base is empty. To Tommy Herr. Soto threatening to plunk her for some odd reason. Bench is going to go to the mound. I think the umpire had a word with Johnny. Bench goes out to the mound. Soto just nods his head. Yes, yes, yes. Bench back behind the plate. Soto shakes off Bench. Soto shakes off Bench again. He wants to go inside. Now Bench sets up inside. The pitch to Tommy Herr. 55 to Tommy Herr is a 9. 9. Swing and a miss. The side is retired. The A grade turns that into a strikeout. Had he still been a B grade, it would have been a single to left. But he's an A grade. Mario Soto is cooking, and he's cooking with fire with gas poured all over it. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mario Soto looks to the heavens, says thank you, then looks at the Cardinals dugout and drops a multitude of explicitives towards Whitey Herzog and the St. Louis Cardinals. So there'll be a pinch hitter for Cott. When we're just gonna we're gonna go with a new pitcher now. They wouldn't keep Cott in. I just didn't want to make the change then. So, wow, what a turnaround. Dreesen inserted in the lineup. Who's going to come out in garbage time for the Cardinals? Let's quickly just pick a human sacrifice here. Let's go with, well, he's a starter. He's a starter. Let's go with this dude. It's going to be Jim Otten. Or Otten. Jim Otten. No relation to an otter. And we'll disregard. We'll do that later over there. And what color are we going to go with? Red. Can he stop the bleeding? Otten. He's a D grade. Y modifier. So Cott went an inning and a third. Gave up 4 runs. That was an ouch. Grand slam to Dreesen. Struck out none. All right. Otten to Ray Knight. 12. Bases empty. 12 to 25. That's going to be out number 1. Ground out to second. Making the play was Tommy Herr. Ron Oster to the plate. Oster 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Can he get a hit off Jim Otten? The pitch to Oster. That's a 31. 31's a 9, D grade. Well, that's not. That is a single. Single to center. So in garbage time, Oster picks up a hit. Mario Soto will hit for himself. Now let's see if there's any retaliation towards Soto. Porter goes out to have a word with Otten. Soto motioning, if you hit me, I will beat the crap out of you. This is a good matchup, though, if it was a fight. You're looking at 6'2" and 185 in Otten, and 6 feet tall and a very angry 185 in Mario Soto. So that's an even matchup, a good cruiserweight fight there. The pitch to Soto with a runner at first, 63. 63 to Soto is a 32. Soto will swing the stick, and he sends that ball to right field, medium depth. Landrum makes the catch, 2 away. Soto spits towards Otten. The umpire looks at him strangely, and Soto says, I had a bug in my mouth. Top of the order, Dave Collins. 2 outs, runner at first. Otten to Collins, 54 to Collins. 54 is a 32. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Retiring the side as Landrum makes another catch. We go to the top of the 9th. So a good job in garbage time by James Edward Jim Otten for the Cardinals. We go to the top of the 9th. We're up 8-4. I'm going to make 2 changes defensively for the Reds. So Soto will come out and pitch. We'll have a pinch hitter for Otten. So he's out of the game. We'll figure that out in a second. So our 2 defensive replacements, because we have corner outfielders rated 1, and that's not bueno. We're going to go with Mejias in one corner position and Householder in the other. We have a 4-run lead. So we're taking our big bat Foster out of the lineup. And I'm going to say Householder to left. I honestly don't know if he played left, but he's a 2-rated outfielder. Householder, and he's a 2. And Maheas, Collins goes out and right. And he's a 2. So that's going to drop 38. So they're going to go to a 42. And that's fielding column 1. If there's an individual, at least there'll be fielding column 2 here as opposed to fielding column 3. So we've increased our defense here. Our changes are made there. And God forbid the game gets tied and these guys have to hit. So we've done that change to sharpen up the defense. Other than that, everything's good. All right. So now we have to find a pinch hitter for Oten. We're going to go with Dane Orge, who probably in reality would have started, but again, we won game 1. I wasn't fooling around with the lineup because he's a left-handed batter. He played the majority against righties. I remember Dane Orge, but I didn't like that one fielding. So Dane Orge to pinch hit. Pinch hit. Dane Orge. 9th. For pitcher. There we go. Soto to Dane Orge. Pinch hitting for Oden. That's a 15. Bases empty. 15's a 7. Wow, maybe we should put him in the lineup. Okay. That's a 7. A grade. That's a single. Chopper up the middle. So Dane Orge gets a single. Let's just do this. Reds have a little bit of milling in their bullpen. 4-run lead. No outs. Orge at first. Top of the order, Gary Templeton. Templeton has 1 hit. It's a double. Soto to Templeton. 35 to Templeton. 35's a 9. Well, I know. Well, let's go to base runner at first. 9. Well, you know what? That does make a difference. That is a single. On the swinging bunt, charging it was Oster. Instead of taking the sure out at first, for some bizarre reason, tries to get the slow-footed Orge at second. He does not. That's going to be an infield hit. Soto just glares at Oster. So Templeton with an infield single, first and second. Oh boy, things getting antsy here. Reds start to work a little harder in that bullpen. Here's Kenny Oberkfell, first and second. Top of the 9th, Reds have an 8-4 lead. First and second. Soto to Oberkfell. 15. That's an 11. Holy cow. Hit to center field. First and third. Batter steals second. So it's second and third with a run knocked in. Oh, my Lord. Orge scores from second. It's now 8-4. I might have said 8-4 before. Templeton goes first to third. Oberfeld singles, steals second. It's now second and third, and that's it for Mario Soto. Wow. Are they going to stick with Soto against Hernandez? That's the question. They still have a 4-run lead. It was 8-3. He's still an A grade. XZ, they're going to stick with Soto. He convinces the manager. The pitch to Keith Hernandez, 54, second and third. It's now 8-4, no outs. 54 to Keith Hernandez is a 32. 32. It's a fly out to right, but not deep enough for the runner to tag. And that's where we put in the extra. Had it been fielding column 2, it would have been a sac fly. But we put in the extra fielders. Oh, wait a second. So this is where the alternate fielding chart comes in. The ball's hit to right. And that actually hurts us. We put in the second. The 2 actually hurts us now. That sucks. It's a sac fly, out number 1. They do it a little strangely. You always think you increase. So if you don't play with the alternate fielding chart, it's a high fly out to right. But we've been using the alternate fielding chart when I remember. And you can see it's a 32. Right fielder 1, fielding column 3. Well, it would have just been an out. We would have been better off with Foster out there. Collins. We put the better defender to get the fielding column 2, which in total makes it fielding column 1, but we're playing individual, and that's a sac fly. But 1 out. They'll take it. It's now 8-5. So scoring from third is Templeton. Hernandez. Sack 9. 1 out. He gets a ribby. Runner at second. So runner at second, 1 out. They're 2 outs away. They're going to stick with Soto. It's now 8-5. George Hendrick to the plate. Unbelievable. It is gone. Here come the Cardinals. Soto, after all of his mouthing off, has come apart in the ninth. That is a 2-run homer. The Cardinals pulled to within 1. We'll do the quick math. Holy cow. Hendricks jacks it out here in Cincinnati. Scoring ahead of him is Oberkfell. They've scored 4 runs in the top of the ninth. It's now 8-7. Soto is gone. Still only 1 out. And it's a homer off anybody because it's a 66. Wow. And it's a 1. Unbelievable. The fans have just gone silent here in Cincinnati. Wow. Can they blow an 8-5 lead, an 8-3 lead? Now it's 8-7. They're pretty close to blowing it. Here comes the Reds bullpen. The good news is the base is empty. Here comes Joe Price to attempt to get the save. So Mario Soto, you know what? It's kind of funny. He had a horrible first. Excuse me. And now a horrible ninth. 3 in the first. 4 in the ninth. He leaves in between all shutout innings. Unfreaking believable. He had actually increased his pitching grade, but Soto goes 8 1/3 innings, gives up 7 runs, all earned, a 2-run homer off the bat of George Hendrick, pulls the Cardinals to within 1 to the joy of ID Gesture. With only 1 out in the top of the ninth, Joe Price to the mound to try to save this thing. Our defensive replacements actually hurt us. Wow. And here comes Joe Price to stop the bleeding. Excuse me. He is a right-handed pitcher. What a ball game. Wow. His fielding is 1. That'll bring them to a 41. Still fielding column 3, though, for total defense. But again, we have individual roles here, as we just saw hurt us when we thought we made the right move. Price is a B grade, Y for strikeouts, Z for control. Price needs to get 2 outs before the Cardinals can tie or go ahead. What an unbelievable game. So here's Price. The price is hopefully right. Porter, the MVP of Game 1, has tripled in a run, grounded out, walked, and popped out, so he's 1 for 3. Still only 1 out. The sac fly by Hernandez. 8-7 ball game now. Price to Porter, righty-lefty matchup. 31 to Darryl Porter, bases empty. 31 is a 14. He walks. The tying run is on. The good news, Porter is slow. He runs like he's standing in mud and poop in his pants. Cincinnati falling apart. John McNamara doesn't know what to do. Shocking. Here is Sisto Lescano, runner at first. Lescano to the plate. 0 for 3 with a walk. Price to Lescano. 55! Unbelievable. That's an 8, but the B Voodoo should take that away, even with a runner at first. Slow chopper to the right of Price. Advancing to second is Porter, but now there's 2 outs. And we're going to have a pinch runner for Porter. So Price calmly just took the sure out at first. Porter to second. Probably should have pinch ran for him before, but we're going to do it now. Porter comes out of the game. Do I want to use Mike Ramsey? Now, because Ramsey can play all over the place, we're going to use Gene Roof. He's a fast runner. So Gene Roof will pinch run for Porter with 2 outs at second. He represents a tying run at the plate. Eight, 7. What? Cardinals score 3 in the first and 4 in the 9th. Soto goose-egged them in between that. So, pinch runner, Roof, fast, 9th. Okay. Landrum to the plate. 1 hit for a single. He's walked, grounded out, flown out. Bench to have a word with Price. What a squander this could be for the Reds. They were up 8-3 here in the top of the 9th. It's now 8-7 with 2 outs, tying run at second. Highlight Heyday has joined us. Check out and subscribe to that channel. Price to Landrum. What will it be? It's a 33! A 33! It's a reroll! The Reds are going to blow this game. A reroll. It's a 0 on a D grade. 54. Third as a 6. Tito Landrum. Doubles. We have a tie game. The Speedy Roof obviously easily scores. That run is charged to Price. He has just blown the save and the win for Soto and the Reds. Unfreaking believable. Here I am making Soto F-bomb everybody. Isn't that karma? Isn't that karma? How funny is that? Now, the Speedy Landrum is at second. He represents the go-ahead run. It's going to go to the bottom of the ninth. No matter what. Tommy Herr. Here's the price offering. Runner at second. 16-28. That's going to end the inning. Grounder to short. Concepcion throws to first. Andreessen ending an inning of misery the Reds would so desperately like to forget, but they can't. What a choke job by the Reds. And our two good bats are out of the lineup. We went with defense up by 5. Oh, my God. What a historical collapse if they lose this game. Holy cow. The Cardinals plate 5 in the ninth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure we have the outs right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, unbelievable. Mario Soto gets a no decision. He is breaking crap in the dugout, now the locker room, the clubhouse. Oh, my God. We have to now. Bruce Suter's coming in to pitch. Dane Orge is out. He started everything with that single, but he's out of the game. We have to get a catcher. It's going to be Gene Tennis. All right, we got a lot of accounting to do here. Wow, we got to insert these guys in the lineup, which we didn't think we were going to. Holy cow! All right, so Porter is gone. Let's find a catcher first. Roof is gone. Did we take Roof out? We got to take Roof out too. So the catcher is going to be Gene Tennis probably. He's a 6. That's going to hurt their defense. But as you see, that hasn't really mattered when I make defensive changes. Sanchez is a 5. Yeah, so Gene Tennis, a lot of experience in the World Series with the A's. He's coming in. So Tennis to catch. Roof is gone. He'll bat behind Hendrick. Oh, boy. Lots of changes here. 8-8 ball game. Unbelievable. And Tennis is slow. Not shocking. Gino. They didn't call him Timmy. I don't know where the hell they get that. They called him Gino. And he is a 6 defensively. Okay. That's going to... Wow, that's going to drop them to fielding column 2. Still keep them in fielding column. Actually, so they're 40. Actually, it's only going to be a 39. So that's still fielding column 2. Okay. That's that. Now we have to find a pitcher, which is going to be Bruce Suter. Let's just make... Oh, shoot. Templeton, Obergfell, Hernandez. Well, it's going to be the pitcher. So it's a double switch. It's a double switch. We're going to switch that. Tennis will go here. So Tennis will bat next. Suter will bat after Hendrick. Though we could take Tommy Herr out and put Ramsey in. And I think that's what we'll do. So Tommy Herr's gone. More accounting. Suter will bat in the 8th spot. Ramsey in the 9th. Okay. So Ramsey will play second. And he's fast. And he's a 6. We dropped 2 there. So now, that's a 37. And there's still a fielding column 2. Okay. And he's going to bat 9th. All right. So he'll lead off if they get to the top of the 10th. Suter will bat. Oh, shoot. I put him in the wrong spot. God damn it. Ramsey leads off that inning. Got to get Captain White out. Jax has joined us in the clubhouse. Mr. Jackson's here saying, what's going on with these Cincinnati Reds?
Jax is leaving. Come on, Jax. Out.
Jax has left the clubhouse.
Hello, everybody.
Nurse Teresa says hello.
Thank you for keeping him busy.
They thank you. All right, we've got a mess here on our score pad. So he's playing second. Pitch. Suter is slow. Oh, God, he's a 2. All right, so 2 brings us to 38. Still fielding column 2. All right, I think that's done. Okay. Good God almighty. Now I got to insert these guys. They can't hit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's 8-8. What a crazy 9th inning. Top of the 9th. All right, so Hauser's in for Foster. Goes here. Foster's gone because, again, they're up 5 runs. We put the better defensive players in. Mejias is in for Collins. He's gone. Okay. Now we'll just write them in. Things cannot get any worse. Well, I guess they could for the Reds. They could lose the game after blowing a 5-run lead in the 9th. What a shocking pitching performance. Soto, horrible in the 1st, horrible in the 9th. Bullpen can't save it. We stuck with Soto. He was an A grade still. We stuck with him, and the rolls just were not his way. All the cursing and swearing towards the Cardinal dugout comes back to roost for Mario Soto. Okay. So we're just going to play it out, and we're going to write it up here once these guys come up. So Bruce Suter will try to take it to the top of the 10th. Hopefully we have our accounting correct. It's got so exciting. The helmets have moved all over the place. People who left the ballpark early, boy, you're missing a crazy game, but that's A-okay. This is the 5th pitcher for the Cardinals, Bruce Suter. Suter's a B. Y, Z. All right, the Reds need 1 to win. Unbelievable. Here we go. It's going to be Griffey, Concepcion, bench. I did not even write in. You know, Odin did not give up any runs in garbage time. He pitched 2/3 of an inning. That was huge. He did not give up any runs in garbage time. He could have. The unsung hero. Here we go. 8-8 ball game, bottom of the ninth. Bruce Sutter to Ken Griffey Sr. 33. Here come the Reds. 33's a 0. It's a reroll. Could it be a walk-off? 31. It's a 6. It's going to be a leadoff double. Oh, my Lord. Ken Griffey Sr. nearly walks it off in the bottom of the ninth after a horrific top of the ninth for the Reds, giving up 5 runs, allowing the Cardinals to tie the game. That is a 6. Double to the left center field gap. Stand-up double for the speedy Ken Griffey. Third hit of the ball game. He's 3 for 5. Davy Concepcion to win it. Concepcion singled and scored ahead of the Dan Dreesen grand slam. How huge is that now in the 7th? First base is open. They're going to pitch to Concepcion, though. Runner at second. 15, Sutter with a 15 to Davy Concepcion. That's an 8. Runner at second. Does the B grade take it away? Yes. Line shot up the middle, knocked down by Sutter, but it rolls far enough away that the runner can advance to third. But he saves the day for the moment, Bruce Sutter. Great reaction. Griffey to third. Infield moves in. Concepcion's out. 1-3. Johnny Bench coming to the plate. They will walk Johnny Bench. Now do we walk the bases loaded? They're going to walk Dreesen. Bases juiced. They'll face Paul Wesley. Infield in. They'll face Paul Wesley Householder, who came in for defensive purposes for Foster. Householder could walk it off for the Reds and tie the series. Infield in, Sutter looking for the strikeout. He rocks and deals to Paul Wesley Householder. Will he be a household name? This game is over! Unbelievable! It's a reroll. It doesn't matter. Let's just find out for ha-has. This game is over. Householder walks it off. 56. It's a walk-off double. What a wild and crazy game. The ups, the downs, the ups, and then the joy and jocularity for the Cincinnati Reds. Unfreaking believable. In Householder, they trusted. Unbelievable. After the double, the advance to third on the line shot that looked like it was going to win the game. Sutter was able just to get his glove up, knock it down, rolled far enough away that his only play was to first. So he had Griffey at third, 1 out. They intentionally walk, we being me, Bench and Dreesen to face Householder, who doubles to end the game. Only the 1 run obviously scores, which is Griffey. Cincinnati wins in one of the wildest games I have played. The Reds tied the series up at 1 with, again, a wild, wacky 9-8 victory. Holy cow. The series is knotted at 1. You know, we put these guys in for defense. And what did I say? If they come up to hit, something went really wrong. And so they're better defenders point-wise. But yet it hurt us in right field. Had we had Collins in, it wouldn't have been a sac fly, okay? It would have been out number 1, no runs scored. Oh, we didn't give Landrum the RBI here. Still would have been a 3-run homer. They still would have tied, but still unbelievable. Unbelievable. Householder is being mobbed at the plate. The Cincinnati Reds fans again from the lows of the 3-run first inning. And then Soto picking it up. Scoreless innings 2 through 8. F-bombing, swearing at the Cardinals, pitching out of jams. And the homer by Foster to put them up 4-3. And then the grand salami by Dreesen. They're up 8-3. And oh my God, things are feeling good for the Reds. And then the crushing 9th inning, 5 runs given up. They bash Soto out of the game. Price barely holds on for dear life. He somehow will get the win as he's the pitcher of record. And Suter comes in and gets the loss. Unbelievable. This is a wow. And I want to say thank you to those who watched or watched later. The series is tied at 1. We have to pick an MVP here. Well, I'm going to have to go with... All right, we're going to have 3 players of the game. That's the way I'm going to roll. I can do that. We have Dan Dreesen. We have George Foster. We have, yes, dare I say it, Paul Wesley Householder with the walk-off double. Those are the players of the game. Your winning pitcher is Price. Your losing pitcher is Bruce Suter. The series is tied at 1. Game 3 will be in St. Louis. St. Louis was so close to going back to the confines of their home ballpark 2-0. Wow. What ups and downs. What a crazy game. I don't think John McNamara will see a crazier game than this, but maybe he will in 1986. That made me cry. That game made me cry. Sean Kaufman, great win for the Reds. Joshua Hauser, great finish. Highlight heyday, wow. Joshua Hauser, to my wife, Nurse Teresa, thank you for keeping him busy. Ha, ha, ha. Wow. Keith Harris says, what a game. I believe he said that earlier. I saw that. But anyway, wow. I thought we're going to finish this under 2 hours. We probably will, but I'll babble on for another minute. So if you enjoyed that, please smack that like button. It's always greatly appreciated. If you haven't subscribed and you want to, you should. I mean, we have a lot of fun. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we go live. And you don't want to miss this wild and fun stuff. Also, check out the other wonderful content creators in our community, such as ID Gesture, Highlight Heyday, Christopher Slovak, and many, many more. Alan Shaw also has some videos up. Become a member of the FOC. It's so easy. It costs you nothing. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, subscribe to community members' channel, sub, like, share. Come back for joy and jocularity. Come back where everybody knows your name and they're glad you came. So without any further ado, I say God bless, treat people the way you want to be treated, stay safe, be smart. Thank you to Sean Kaufman, Joshua Hauser, Highlight Heyday, Keith Harris, Alan Shaw, Christopher Slovak, ID Gesture, John DFW. So until next time, series is tied at 1-1. We'll be in St. Louis for Game 3 of the 1981 What If National League Championship Series. I tell you this, what a weird, wild game that will go down in the annual, whatever that word is, annals, I think I said it right then, the annals of tabletop sports game history. The Cincinnati Reds 9, the Cardinals 8. Wild and woolly to the end. Peace!